meeting, just like an open forum, how we do our first of the month meetings, just to see how things are going, what you guys need more assistance with, and then how your projects are going. Just to give you an update, everyone should have an email from me that talks about your modification in some way, shape, or form. Please review the scope of work that I sent out. It has additional information regarding the follow-up services. And so we just need a letter from you guys, and I put that in the email. Whatever dates you're doing your follow-up services, just indicate that in your letter. For everyone else that we've been in email contact with, if you have not received an email from me, send me an email and say, hey, you forgot us. But everyone should have their scope of work, and if you're doing a budget modification, we're already talking to those sites. Let's see who else. So that's our update on modifications. Also, the work-based learning, let me go over that with everyone. That was an email that I sent out on Friday at 2:50, so those instructions are in there. And when we were meeting with our management team, pretty much most of the projects are at the stage where they are doing the work-based component. So they had a lot of follow-up questions, and so we're going to put together the information. So what we need from you guys during your work-based component part of your grant is for you to let us know who's paying for that experience of your client. Is that all the employer? Is that through the grant? Indicate that information on there. Also let us know, like I said, if you're splitting it with the employer, let us know, hey, it's a 50-50 split at this wage for this many hours. Let us know the job title and the description of what they're doing, something very brief. If they're a welder in a manufacturing factory or something like that. And then how long is that work-based experience? Is this a 6-week course at $10 an hour or something like that? Let us know that information. And if it's an internship or on-the-job training. Also let us know if the employer is saying, hey, we will hire this individual. We had a great, partnership with them and with the organization, or if they are basically saying this is just for this time period of, 6 or 8 weeks or whatever you guys indicate on there. So that's one piece of it, right? The second piece is also break out the cost of your program. So if your program costs $10,000 per person, then let us know how much is in training, how much, if you're paying for the work-based learning experience, how much of the funds of the $10,000, and the example I use is say, hey, $5,000 is for salary, we're doing another $3,000 in transportation, and then just give us that. So that should be just a couple lines. Like I said, you should have whatever the total is. If it's $10,000 per client, let us know the training, which include materials, books, credentials, whatever it is for your program. Let us know what that is in there, and then and that should equal up. So when we add all the numbers up, it should equal up to the cost per client. And those are due today. So we sent that out on Friday. If you have any questions, I'm in the office right after this call. Please shoot me an email or call or anything, but that's how it should go. Is your work-based experience the same as work? Yes. Yes, whatever the working part of your grant is. So Stephanie, that would be your clients that are at the elevator shop, the boat shop, all of that. Those are those employers. But just let us know if you guys are fully paying for it, if the employer is paying for it, and the wages. So answer every question that's on here should have an answer to it. And then at the bottom, the cost per should be broken out as well. Does anyone have any questions about that? Is anybody unclear about that? Please let me know in the chat box right now so we can address it. And I'll give you guys like 1 minute so we can, I just want to make sure everybody's totally clear on that part.
This is Sabrina from Lewis & Clark.
What is the date of, hold on 1 second, Sabrina. Okay. The date of the email is Friday, April 27th at 2:50. Tanisha. Okay, go ahead.
Are you up, Sabrina? Okay.
Yep.
So we have a separate grant through our Madison County WIOA office, and so they are actually paying for that work experience, but we're also in partnership with this grant. We're just not duplicating services in this. So we're still going to list them as the ones paying for it, and we just have to say it's out of a separate grant. Is that correct?
Just put only what this grant is covering.
Okay. All right.
Only
Fine,
what
sir.
this grant is covered. And when we add it up, it should equal out to the total cost per client, right?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hmm? Anybody else have a question? Oh, okay. So let me see, Stephanie. So the work experience only takes care of the not OJT is going to.
Can you hear me? This is,
Yeah.
okay. I know that's confusing.
Yeah.
I'm with an LWIA, and this is
Yeah.
how it was explained to me last week when we got your email. When somebody says work-based, and if we're paying for it, work-based is like an umbrella, and it covers work experience and OJT. If it's just work experience, then it is only for like that mentoring portion of it, and it doesn't cover OJT. This is with WIOA's kind of rules here. So that's where I know our financial manager, Deb Key, was confused.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So for the, I think yours are $11 an hour. Who's paying the $11 an hour for those your clients?
When I don't have somebody at ISN right now, but when I do, they're at $11 an hour. But our ranges go from all the companies I'm working with. They start at like $9, and
right.
The highest they pay is $11.05. But 90% everybody just pays $10 an hour.
No. I'm saying who's giving out the checks? Where's the money coming from?
Mantricon.
So you guys are paying for them, but not out of this
When they are
grant?
in work experience, Mantricon, we're the employer of record.
Mm-hmm.
When that person goes into OJT, everything is reversed, and that employer is now the employer of record.
Right.
But OJT, Mantricon will reimburse that company 50% of that employee's wages.
Right. So what I'm saying is for the clients that you have right now working, you guys are paying for that, right?
Yes.
Out of this grant?
Yes.
Then list that.
Okay.
And it's 100% by you guys. It's nothing from the employer, right?
Nothing from the employer.
Okay, right. So you would put that information. Mantricon is the employer of record. We are paying $10, $12, $9 an hour for 18 weeks, and put that in their job title. So you would put all that information, but it would be from you guys because you're using the grant money to pay for that experience.
Okay. And we're only talking work experience. That's what I need. Okay.
Yep.
I understand.
Yep. It's just whatever the grant is covering. What is the date of the, okay, we got that. Do you want cost of only the work-based portion of the program or the entire project grant? Don, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, Tara.
So, hi. All right. So we're talking about, are you talking about the cost per client?
Yes. Yeah, those statistics you asked for.
Okay. So the cost per client is just for the work-based learn. No. So for me to come to your program, if it's $10,000 and that includes my books, my certification, my work-based experience, all of that, how much does it cost for somebody to go through your program?
Okay. I don't have that number off the top of my head, but You're talking about the entire amount of the grant.
I'm saying for each individual.
Right.
Yeah, so if it costs...
The amount of the grant divided by the number of participants.
But you guys should have it broken out as how much it cost for the person to go through, right? So like how much all the books cost and all that great stuff.
Right. I don't have that here in front of me, but yes.
Yeah, whatever that number is. Let's just say the number's $10,000. So if it's $10,000 is the big number and $2,000 of those dollars training, which include books, credentials, testing, and then say another $5,000 is salary for work-based learning at $10 an hour for 16 weeks, and then $3,000 is transportation, and so if you add up those three columns, you get $10,000 per client.
Okay.
So whatever your number is, that's the information we need.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good morning. Oh, hey, Eddie. Anybody else have any questions about this? I really want to make sure you guys... This is
Stephanie again. I have another question following what Don just talked about. Okay, when you're breaking it out, and he just said, like the total amount of the grant divided by the number of participants. Well, since ours is an ongoing, I put in participants all the time, and we can divide it all out for you, but I would take that, I'm going to give you two scenarios. I would take like the 13 that we have allocated to the grant, divide that by, say, $86,000, and that would give you per person. Then we would break out per person what's all covered. But in this grant, we also have, rental fees, like from the community college where we have the class. We have faculty salaries. We have some staff salaries in the grant that's covered. So do we need to break it out, each individual broken out even more detailed?
The main points the main three things that we need addressed in the cost per client is how much is your training cost for that one client.
Okay, so just want just the general, not everything detailed.
Don't drill it down to the penny. Please don't kill your brains.
Okay,
so training cost. If
yes.
your site pays for salary for the clients, we need to know that amount. If you're doing transportation stipends, if you're doing some stipends in general, we need to know that too. The stipends are built in, and that's all the information. The sender, email name, it's me, Tanisha. I'll just send it to you again. But sorry, did I answer your question? Stephanie? Stephanie, did I answer your question?
Oh, sorry, my phone.
No,
yes, you did. I had muted you.
Yeah, don't drill it down, but give us the but it should add up, right? So if the big cost is $10,000, we should at least be able to add up those 3 or 4. Like I said, if you're doing stipends, transportation, work-based learning, and training, we should be able to add up those 4 columns and get a total cost for me to go to your program, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Tanisha, the email, let me make sure, Tanisha Carter. Tanisha, the reason why you didn't get the email is because all the emails go to Thomas, Carla, and Michael, since they're listed as the grant managers, but I sent it to you. Anybody else have any questions? I just want to make sure everybody's totally crystal clear on this. Okay. So when I receive those today, they're going to be great, and I'll just be able to plug that information in and send that report on and out the door. All right. Natasha, do you want to talk about the update for the progress page, the print feature?
Sure.
Okay.
One of the things that came up earlier today or yesterday was that we've been talking a while about the ISS and, using the progress page to show that the customer has, a plan of services, and then we talked about how the different pieces and parts align to, the standard general versions of use for the ISS. And but what we needed was a way to be able to print that off easily for you, so that you could include it in the customer's file. And so what we've added, it's out on production now, it's this expand all and print. So what you want to make sure you do is have, all the information up to date, goals, barriers, contact information, all the services, and then and plan services. And then what you'll do is just hit expand all and print, and it opens up all of these collapsible areas and puts it in a printer-friendly, view, so that you just hit the print button. It's kind of long because there's a lot of information here, but it should make it easy for you to print and then put a copy in the customer's file.
Okay. Oh, Natasha, you wanted her to speak a little bit louder. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what we had we've had talked about how we use the progress page as the individualized service strategy plan. And so what we needed to have was, well, we have all, at one point in time we had all these and we kind of cross-referenced it to ISSs that are used, in various programs. And so what we needed to have was, or to provide for you, was the ability to easily print this page. And so what you could do is just make sure, the contact information, goals, barriers, and the planned services are all up to date on the progress page. And then you just simply click the Expand All and Print button, and it'll pop open all these areas that collapse. And then you can just hit the Print button, and then you can keep that in the customer's file.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about that? You guys need to print those out and put those in each customer file. So when monitoring staff came out there, that was one of the things that was noted. Yes, they see that the ISS service was opened up in IWDS, but there was not an actual hard copy of it. So this will alleviate that issue, that you guys will be able to print that. If you have any questions or anything, please let us know so that we can get you some more information on it. But like I said, you should be able to print that feature out, stuff it in those folders, and you are done. And make sure it's recorded in IWDS, which it should be. Anybody have any additional questions?
Which features print out? What it'll do is whatever is on this page, it'll print out. So it includes the profile, opens up the contact appointment information, enrollment, goals, barriers, services, and credentials is down here, and updated documents. I don't show it in the screenshot. The thing it does not show are case notes. So each one needs those printed out. So Tara, everybody needs that printed out unless they had something different, or just everyone needs that printed out?
No, everybody needs it printed out. Stuff it in the folders. Let's see. Why is my computer not going all the way down? Yep, everybody needs it printed out.
No, you don't need to open each one of them. What it does is when you use this button, it says expand all and print. So you don't have to go click, 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 click. You just go click and print for each one. That's why we put it here, so you don't have to go in and open up each one of those.
And I thought Natasha had the other Natasha, I thought she had a question too. Anybody have a question on that? Everybody's good to go? So it's 2 things that we need so far? All right. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and quickly just check in with people just to see, give us very high level what's going on, how are things going, and we will go from there. Let's start off at the top with BCS.
Hello, good morning, everybody. So currently in the second cohort, we have started with 17 in our west side and Austin area and 16 out of the Southland and St. Sabina.
One more time, sorry, 17?
Yes, 17 started on the west side.
West side.
Which is Austin.
Austin, okay.
16 started on the south side.
South side.
That's out of St. Sabina.
And your name is BCS St. Oh, it's a nice church. I love it. Have you met the pastor there?
Yes, we have.
He is so nice.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
In Austin, we had 13 complete the boot camp.
13 complete.
12 of the 13 have been placed, and 1 is pending.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So the 4 that didn't complete it, is it that they didn't pass the test or they didn't complete the entire program?
We had 2 that dropped out. one that moved and relocated to DeKalb, and then one Devontae, who's going to participate in a reboot that we're probably going to do in order to give them another week to kind of get their act together to see if we can place them.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm updating this sheet. So we have West Side. So we really have 13. How many? 13 have received their credentials. Is that right?
Out of that group, let me make sure here.
13 completed.
The 13 completed the boot camp.
Okay.
Credential-wise, let me pull up right now. We had 12, 13. 13 of them received the credential, yes.
Oh, perfect. Yes. And that's the credential in what? Forklift?
That's forklift.
Okay, so out of 20, so you're contracted for 24, you got 13. Just for the West Side, right?
Correct. That's for the West Side.
Okay, good. So you guys have another cohort?
For the South Side?
For the West?
This was the second one, so this was our final one for this program.
Oh, you already had 21 that went through.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah, 21. So we're at 52 total.
You're at 52
for both.
Total. Out of 24?
Out of 24.
You guys are killing it. Okay.
So we got 52 combined for both two cohorts.
Got it. Out of your 48. Yeah. Okay, good. That's so great. Okay. Great. Okay. I'm making sure I update your numbers. Perfect. Okay. And then South Side.
In the South Side, 16 started. 8 have been placed to date. 3 are pending.
Okay. And how many? So did all 16 get theirs too?
Out of those 16, let me do the date. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of those, 7 received their credentials.
Okay, so 7. What's your name? Your name is Southside. Sorry, these lists.
No problem.
All right, 7 credentials. And that's added to the 15 you already had, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. All right, so you guys have 22 that got credentials out of the projected. 22 got credentials, okay. And then for your West Side, we have your 21 plus your 13, so 34 got those. And that gives me 56. Oh, wait, that gives me 56. Okay, can you send me something to where I'm adding too many? I added 4 more people somewhere.
We can send.
Yeah, just send me a list that shows where everybody go. But that's great. So you guys are good to go. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Next group. Who's next on the list? Let's do Youth Build Lake. Perfect. Is Youth Build Lake on the phone? Let me look on this thing. Somebody clicked in for them, but I will put a little, we'll come back. Mantricon, go ahead, Stephanie. And let me pull your name. Your name is Mantricon.
You got me up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Perfect.
Currently, right now, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in class. 1 out on a work experience program, Eric is. I have 1 getting ready to start at the boat manufacturing company next Monday. I am getting ready to place 2 more individuals, and I've had 2 people this week pass their first module safety exam and working on their second module. So right now everything is going pretty smooth.
So how many received their certifications of everybody that's come through your program?
All 4 certifications, the full certification, all 4 modules?
Yeah, the MSSC.
Yes. Okay, right now, Eric and Dakota, I have had 2 youth get their full certification, and the rest of them are in the process. They're either, I have 2 working on Module 2, 1 working on Module 4, and another one working on Module 3.
Okay.
So, but 2 have only received full certification so far.
Okay. And then how many total people have you had come through your program?
As for youth, I have had Eric, Dakota, Michaela, Sean, Caden. I want to say 6. I don't have their names in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 6 or 7, 6. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Okay.
Yes.
And then how many are in job training? You said so.
In job training, I have
total number. So out of the 6,
2.
2. Got it. Okay. Perfect.
And getting ready to, I'm trying to find work sites for 2 more.
Okay. Perfect. So your total number projected is 13. You have 6 people, and you have 2 that are in their job training portion.
You got it.
Awesome. And what's the employers for those 2?
One is in Nancy, NEI, which is National Enrichment
got it.
Industries, and the other one is NEI. Oh God, let's see. Caden's at. Both are at NEI.
Okay. NEI times 2. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next group.
Hey, Sarah, this is Devin.
Okay. Go ahead, Devin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you were trying to get me to talk, but then I was trying to call in. So I was letting you know I was here.
All right. So go ahead and tell us about you guys. We have you contracted for 64 people. Is that right?
No. Should be 40.
Should be 40. All right.
You build Lake County?
Yep. Oh my gosh.
I hear that. Hello?
I muted that person. I had to get
okay.
I had to get to the screen where I can mute them.
Okay. So currently with Youth Build Lake County, what we got going on is we had a couple of students, actually 3 students that were in completing HVAC programs, but they have actually been removed from the program due to inactivity as far as from the classroom. The professor actually removed them. They did complete a majority of the coursework as far as credits for certain classes, so they would have the opportunity to re-enroll to complete the last few classes. But we're also going to actually have them also start a work experience. Right now we're just trying to identify all the work experiences that we're going to participate in. We currently have 1 student working with the Lake County Housing Authority for his work experience, and then 1 possibly to work with Greystar in Chicago. So at the current moment, the students should be wrapping up some of their trainings that they were working on, and then we're also trying to facilitate some driving experience training as well.
Okay.
For transportation needs.
Okay, give me one. I'm pulling up your scope of work really quickly because we need to know how many you guys. Okay.
Right. You sent us out something. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, I see the 40 out of school youth. So of the 40, there's a list you guys provided to us with the automobile and brakes. How many students out of the 40 are going to do that?
Currently it's only 1, but
okay.
I'm trying to look at the number of what I sent you prior.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, because if you add all those, you have 35 people just in construction, so that's how we got the 60-something.
Right, right. So that was, you should have got a different number when we resubmitted the information that you requested.
Okay. Can
because
you send me?
prior to I think his name was Matt leaving. He had an incorrect number too, and then we had resubmitted the new numbers as well.
Okay. Fun times ahead for us. All right. Okay. Okay. Do you have the email you sent?
I'd have to find it. So
okay.
I can just resend it again. I don't know if.
Yeah, I was going to say, so we need it broken out. So we need the total to be 40, right?
Right. So the new email should have been broken down with the total 40 with all the different pathways.
And then where everybody's going?
Correct.
Okay, and then how many have received certifications in those fields, right?
Yeah, at the current moment, the only person that has received a certification is 3. We had two forklift and 1 HVAC.
2 forklift and 1 HVAC. Okay. I don't see forklift on your, so okay, I see automobile. You have brakes, you have collision, you have the C+ certification, you have Cisco, you have the water operator, you have the desktop technician. I see the HVAC, so that one person is HVAC, and then you have construction.
Right, so forklift kind of goes in through the construction field.
Got it. There we go. That's where we need to put them. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and send me that, and then I'll follow up with you guys if we have any additional questions.
Okay.
Okay. And then Tamika said you guys will be finished recruiting by the end of summer, you guys?
So we're actually going to do somewhat of a summer cohort as well as a fall cohort. And so we're trying to do as much as we can to meet the 40 quota.
Okay. All right. Well, I will look for that email. And then did you have any questions about the work-based learning information?
Yes, I did have a question in regards to, so for example, if a student, because a student is supposed to get a work experience through the program, and if I have a student who ends up getting a job that has conflicting scheduling issues with their permanent job versus a work experience, how should we navigate their work experience versus their permanent position?
Yeah, you got to send me a separate email that says, hey, got a question, and just put that in there because we haven't had that issue yet. So you're the first person.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of our
students have gotten. Is it in the same field?
Some are, some aren't. So like a lot of our students are getting full or part-time jobs due to their need to get employment. Mm-hmm. And based on our career readiness classes and resume work and stuff like that, a lot of individuals have been able to secure a position. And so the idea of the work experience is just becoming some conflicting issues.
Okay. Yeah, send us an email because we got to figure that out like ASAP.
Okay.
So send that. So it sounds like we have 3 emails from you guys today. That one email regarding that issue, the information regarding your updated numbers, and then the work-based learning email, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Next group, Mantricon, you already went. Youth Built McLean.
Hi, this is Tracy. I'm here.
Hey, Tracy. Let me go find your name on this long list. McLean. Found you. Okay.
Okay, so we're at 49. The projects are going well. We're wrapping up our second cohort, and we're preparing to start a third cohort in June, on June 18th. We'll be looking at doing 30 slots in June, and then that should position us pretty well to wrap up our numbers. We'll have one more backup cohort in September, but we should be pretty close to being done after the summer cohort. And then we have 49 students currently enrolled. 29 of those students have obtained construction certifications. 12 of those have received healthcare certifications, and 8 have received IT certifications.
Perfect. Okay, and you got contracted for 85, and you currently have 49. Okay.
Yep. And then we'll have 30 more this summer, and then we'll finish up the last few and any others that we need to fill in that fall cohort.
Okay.
Everything's going well. We've had a really strong response from the business community with some different people, businesses that we haven't engaged with in the past who are interested in giving our students some work-based learning experiences, especially in the healthcare, and those are leading to some job opportunities once the students finish their high school diplomas and complete their training. So it's been I feel like it's been a very successful project.
And then do you have any currently in job training right now?
All of our students are.
Oh, all 49?
Yeah, they're all doing work-based learning right now.
You guys are killing it. And is it different employers, or is it how many employers do you have?
We have about 6 different employers that we're working with.
Okay. Can you send me the 6 employers? So we have zeros for you guys in that column. So I just updated the 1 0 for job training. We have 49 now. And then just give us a list of the 6 employers, the wages, and the wages.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
You guys are killing it. All right. Manufacturing Renaissance. Is ISET on? I don't think so. Okay.
Hello, yes.
Oh, there you go. I just sent you an email earlier.
Oh, the internet has been down.
Oh, I just got your email. Sorry, I'm staring at a sheet. Okay.
No
I just
worries.
sent you an email that said, hey, listen to the webinar because it addressed the ISS issue of printing it off.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Wonderful. We'll do that. So my update real quick is 25 students currently enrolled. Right now, we don't have any of our students that have actual credentials from the NIM certification. However, Mr. Ferguson, the shop teacher, is planning to have all of his students that he's teaching go through the certification, and we should have at least 15 that is stipulated in our grant with the certification by June the 20th from the testing. So we are working very closely with the principal on that piece. We do have
they take the test on June 20th?
They're going to take it before June 20th. So
okay.
we should have at least 15 of our students with credentials by the 20th.
Got it.
And then as far as work experiences, we had all of our students go through work experiences in March, and so we're actually just getting them ready for summer internships and summer experiences. So 2 forward internships are what we're looking at. We have 1 full-time position with World Chocolate, and we're working on another potential internship for one of our students. And then, as I mentioned on the last call, we have about 5 tentative job offers for our seniors that are a part of our program from the internship that they were in during March. So that's very promising. That's very promising for our students. And then we've got 2 job fairs that we're going to be taking our students on. The seniors will be attending a CPS job fair that is only being hosted for 300 students, so we were lucky enough to get ours into that job fair. And then we are also taking our juniors to a UIC program for a day of learning with the 300 juniors selected from the Chicagoland area. And so those will be 2 events that both the juniors and seniors will be partaking in for this month.
Perfect. And so I just wrote down, you have 2 people that are going to Ford. What's the wage for that?
The Ford wage, I believe it's $11 an hour.
And then the World Chocolate?
That one's full-time, so I believe that one's also $11 an hour. It's for machining operator. It might be a little bit more. I can check and email you.
Yeah, I was going to say, just let us know the employer's name, how many students are going, and what's the wages.
Yeah, so the World Chocolate is full-time for 1 person. It's a full-time job.
And then Ford is
And then the 2 Ford internships are through the summer.
Got it. This is full-time. Yeah, just send us an email with the updated wages, and then for the other employers that you're adding.
Okay, great.
All right.
Sure.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Just getting them ready. Oh, and then also, this is not aside from working, just in terms of college-bound readiness, I have approximately 10 of my 16 seniors that will be going to a college when they graduate.
Please put that information in there because that makes a difference. College students. Yep. Put that in there as well.
Okay.
All right. Next group, Lewis and Clark. And let me find your name on this list.
Sabrina.
Hi. Hey, Sabrina.
Hi.
Give me 1 second.
So not much has changed. We have 25 students enrolled.
Mm-hmm.
20, I'm sorry, I'm working from home, so I don't have my report in front of me, but I believe 24 to 25 have received credentials at this point. We have 8 work sites, and in about 2 weeks we will be transitioning all of the students to work-based learning. We have about 15 that are in work experience now. Our next enrollment is going to be July 16th. So we are looking to enroll 15 to 20 for our fall semester, and then another 15 to 20 in the spring semester, which will be January. And that will put our training through to June. And then, with our in-kind, then we'll do a year of follow-up. So that will have us serving our 60.
Okay. And then, so where do these students fall? The 25 that got their credentials? Do you want to send me that in an email of this many in IT?
Yeah. do you not have any, I'm only asking this because I'm not sure. I know Val submitted the report on Friday because I worked through the numbers with her on Friday.
Okay.
Do you not have that?
I'm looking, so the last report we have shows you guys have 10 in IT, 3 in truck driving, and 6 in welding?
No, that would have been projected numbers. That wouldn't have been
Okay, so go ahead and resend
numbers.
the email to us. The one you guys sent last week, just resend it to us and we'll look at it again. So how many, so you said there's 15 students in job training right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last number we have is 3. Okay, so we're updating that to 15. And then if you guys could list out the employers, is that in that email too from Friday?
The employers are not listed in the email from Friday. I just know Friday's report that was completed had the numbers in it. I'm going to be back in the office tomorrow. Can I send this to you all tomorrow?
Yeah, so these are the things we need. So we have your projected number is 60. And then we just need to know how many are going, so of that 60, how many are going to IT, how many are going to truck driving, and then how many are going to welding? And you guys added, oh, you know what, you guys just did a modification.
We did, and this is it. I mean, the majority of our students, currently they're in Tier 1 construction and Tier 2 construction. We did add the health sciences to our, and then because we, whatever. And then we've had, I believe at this point we're at 5 that have gone through IT, 4 or 5 that have gone through IT. We haven't enrolled any in truck driving yet. We haven't enrolled any in welding yet. So that's our push for the fall is the welding program. It doesn't run, we don't have any classes through the summer.
So where's the other 20 if 5 are in IT?
In construction. They're
in construction.
They're Tier 1 or either Tier 1 or Tier 2.
Construction, 20, and IT. Yeah, so just send us that. There is a, I don't know if Val has it, but there is a spreadsheet. So it says your training programs, projected numbers, your current numbers, and how many are in job. So if you could, send me that whenever you get to the office, because the last thing we have on there, too, is that they're working on the grad crew at $10 an hour.
Right.
So,
So we have all of our students, or that were in construction, or all, we've got a number of them working on grad crew, but now we've got 8 work sites, and so, they're spreading out to these other work sites. I tried opening it on my phone here, and it's not allowing me to open up.
No, it's fine. Just send it to me tomorrow. No biggie.
So, okay. All right.
Just send it to me tomorrow, and we'll get it. My thing is this master list has to be updated. So a lot of times you guys are updating the list, but things happen because you guys are working every day. So people are steady moving, and so I want to make sure this list is like the most updated. So that's any site that's on the phone right now. If your information is not the most up to date, then go ahead and send me that information, because we want to make sure that when we go in these management meetings, we are saying, hey, this site, is almost at their numbers. They're doing great, and so that helps us out as well.
Okay. All right. Yep, I'll get it to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right. Methodist College.
Good morning. This is Courtney Gehrig. Dr. Seti is at a different meeting right now. We have currently, from the beginning, we started with 6 apprentices. Let me just double check and make sure that was correct. We had 6 apprentices. 5 of them went through the nursing assistant program and passed, because one of them had already completed her CNA. After the program ended, all of them received their certification, and then 2 of them decided to resign from the program and not do medical assisting so that they could work as a CNA. So they were still successful, they just didn't finish the medical assistant portion. The remaining 4 apprentices began working at in the medical assistant. They started medical assistant courses, but they also started working at Unity Point, which is the employer of who backs the college. So they had interviews, and they actually were hired as CNAs part-time or PRN. So they have been making $10.60 an hour. I believe it's $10.60 an hour, and they have been working different shifts to maintain their employment status so that they are current. We don't pay that money out of the grant. It comes from Unity Point Health is actually paying their salary, so that's not a part of the grant. We have another student who is resigning from the program in May after the semester ends. She has decided that she does not want to go to the route of medical assisting, and it's not for her. However, she loves her CNA job. She's working on the mental health floor for youth, so they really love her on that floor too. They want to hire her full time, I believe. So it is successful, but unfortunately she's decided not to continue with the program. So that leaves us with 3 people who are going to start summer classes at the end of May for the medical assistant program.
Okay.
That's about it. I believe Dr. Setti told me she sent you the spreadsheet, and I just saw an email about removing a few things. So we will work on that and get it back to you by Friday.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next group is the Cabot Group.
Good morning. For us, we'll say the project is going well. We have 22 enrolled. We have what we call probably 6 in total credentials that they can earn. For the 2 largest ones, the food managers, the food protection managers, or the Bassett. We currently have 4 that are being scheduled to possibly take the test in late May.
I was going to say, Misha, can you scoot closer to the phone, or I don't know if you're on speakerphone?
We have 10 who have earned the hospitality credential, 8 who have earned the customer sales credential, 3 who have earned retail, and 12 for food handling. We have our first 5 that we're going to start putting in the process to prepare to test for the food managers, which is the ultimate credential that we're putting them on track to earn. We currently have 15 people in our occupational skills training, which is our work-based component of our program.
And what was that number? Sorry.
15.
15. Okay.
And that's it. We're very excited about just watching the project unfold. And so we've taken a lot of the feedback that we get with each cohort and try to make the necessary adjustments to, keep engagement at a consistent level, and definitely have a lot of experience that was shared by earlier callers about, from getting in the program, maybe making a decision after they get started, whether it's for them or not, and trying to adjust and continue to have them participate as we need.
Okay. And then, so some of these numbers, so you have 22 out of the 50 contracted, and are some of these duplicated? So, like, could someone can get the hospitality and the customer service in retail, right, through your program?
Mm-hmm. One participant has the option to earn 6 credentials through this training.
Okay, because that's what, when we add up the number, it's coming up as way more. Okay.
Mm-hmm. When I do the reports for credentials, I just try to note 1 per person. I don't try to triple count.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So, but for this one, kind of how I was listening to other people, I thought maybe you wanted to break down of how many have earned those of the 6.
Yeah, it's fine. Just when I was updating the numbers, I was like, wait, I went over 22, and then I looked and I was like, okay, because they can own multiple. Okay, so 22 out of 50. You have 15 in job training, and then can we get a list? I know you have some sites, but can we get the list of your sites so we can add the job sites and then how many clients are there and the wages?
Okay. Our program, we're not doing paid work experience. So there aren't any rates. This is the occupational skills training component where we're giving them the real work experience to learn the skill set needed for employment. So they get in participation stipends, which say they can earn $575 for completion of 80 hours of training. And so every
$75?
Yeah, so for every, no, this is just the theory. And so for every 20 hours, we cut them a participation stipend to keep them engaged, to keep going. So we're not paying them per hour for what they're doing. So there's no wages.
Okay, but there's stipend.
Because it's training, yeah.
Right, so they're doing pretty much an internship.
Okay.
Or training internship, and then there's no wages. But what was the stipend? So the stipend amount was $575?
That is a that was an idea to say for 80 hours the max pay would be $575, but they're doing more than 80 hours. You get it? So I was just giving the theory of how the stipend pays out. It's per hour. It's hours of participation out the total pot, not $11 an hour. And then
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the 15 clients, you'll be able to tell us, like, this one did 20 hours, so she got $250, and this one did 15, so he got $320, something like that?
That's what our case notes reflect, correct.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we just need from you guys the list of the employers and how many kids. So of the 15, how many are at each employer?
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Is Prairie State on?
Hello, yes,
Okay.
we're here. Can you hear us okay?
Yep, I can.
Hi, this is Alexandra. So our update, we're kind of winding down our first cohort of students, and we are working on kind of organizing ourselves so that we have a smoother path for the second cohort of students who will be coming in the fall.
Okay.
They are also working on getting their practice examinations for their professional certification they will be taking at the end of the term. So we're kind of preparing them for that and winding down their internship sites for the semester as well.
Okay. And what's the end of the term?
End of the term finals is May 16th.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they'll be testing like in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yes. So we're kind of at the end of the first cohort, and we have kind of a combination of high school and senior students. So our senior students will be completing the term at their portion of the program and the cohort at the end of the spring term. Then our juniors will continue many into the fall, and they're actually working on getting an associate's. So we're working on registering them and kind of preparing that next portion of their participation in the program, and then we will be receiving 8 additional students, and they will be our second cohort in the fall.
Okay, and then how many students did the internship part?
I'm sorry?
How many students did the internship piece of your program?
22 for this first cohort, and then with the next cohort there will be a total of 30.
Okay, and then can you guys give us the list of employers that you used for that? And what the wages were?
Well, there's no wages.
Okay.
It's all all unpaid, and you needed the names?
Yeah, just where they were. So if you have 2 at, I'm just thinking forward,
sure.
2 at whatever. And then how many students, so that's really good that you have students that are going to post, are they going to be at Prairie State?
Which ones?
The ones that are coming back to get their associates.
Yes.
Okay.
So the grant is paying for all of that. So so that's part of kind of what we're doing right now is wrapping our brains around saying goodbye to half and then kind of pushing the rest to continue on.
Okay. Let us know how many are going to register to get their for the associates.
Okay.
Because that's perfect. That's good too. That's another track. So at the end of these programs, the way we can say, hey, my program was successful. I had 30 students walk in, and then 10 of them went on, got their certificate. I had 30 students come in, say all 30 got their certification, and then 10 said, you know what, I want to work right now. I got to support my family. That's perfect. And then maybe another 20 said, I really want to continue on with my education. That's perfect as well. That shows that your program is successful. So everybody doesn't have to get a job if they're going to post-secondary education as well, if that makes sense.
Okay. Did you, and I heard you mention with another group that you wanted them to list where they were going to college after for those who are graduating. Did you care for us to do the same?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. That's a way for you guys to say that my program is successful. Look, out of my 30, I got 5 going off to school, post-secondary education.
Even if they're not going into the IT industry?
That's fine.
It's still a win?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, let me see, I have 3 at the Center of Performing Arts at Governor State University, 1 at AOI, 2 at Calumet Lift Truck Service.
Yep, so you can just give us that list in email.
Oh,
Let
I'm
us
sorry.
know. Yeah, no, you're fine. Just let us know how many employers you guys used. It was an intern. I have it listed down as all 22 went through the internship. There were no wages, and we'll update the list with the employers. And then just let me know how many are planning on going to school, not Prairie State, how many are going to Prairie State, and then how many are going to work after the program.
Okay.
Since you're at that crossroads where your
Sure.
seniors are leaving, so I would, put 5 seniors are going wherever.
Okay.
And then my juniors, I have 6 juniors that are going to enroll in Prairie State and get their associate's degree, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Okay?
Very well. Okay.
All right, and then we
just
do
to
have a
clarify-
modification for you guys, too, so we're pushing that. I sent 2 emails to Lisa and Janice, so if you could give them a quick nudge and say, hey, can you respond back to Tara's emails? It's about their modification. I really want to push that through.
Okay.
So you guys can work with other school districts.
Okay. Very well. And then to clarify, do you just need us to send this in an email, or does this need to be updated in?
Or you can update that
system?
sheet. Do you have that sheet, that little printout thing?
Janice is, I'm not the one entering into the
I was going to say,
system,
it's
so
easier for you. Just slap it in an email. Just send it to me, and I'll update it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Yeah, we kind of have 2 different parts of the team handling different sections of it. So.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Next group. Oh, sorry. All right, I didn't realize it's 12 o'clock. Okay, OAI. Let me find your
Morning.
name on this list. Hey.
Hi. We have 10 participants in our in-school youth program and 9 in the out-of-school youth program. All but 2 of the in-school youth have completed their 40-hour forklift and OSHA certifications. Those 2 are in process of getting those certifications with some additional classes. So they will complete them also. And then we've just scheduled our internship placement date for June 14th, so all of the work-based learning the 8-week internship programs will start then.
Okay. Week, June 14th, working, all right. And then just give us the list of the sites and the wages. Oh, are there going to be wages or no?
Yes, they will get paid.
Yeah, just send us a list of the sites, and I have down here that it's 8 weeks and June 14th, so we just need the sites and wages and how many students are going to each one.
All right.
All right. Other than that, everything's good to go?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
They are working on their NIMS 1 and 2s, both the in-school and out-of-school, and the end of the semester they'll take the certification test. So by June 14th, they'll have the full complement of certifications.
Awesome. All right. Our next group, Peoria Public Schools.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
We currently have 5 students that have finished their programs, 1 in IT and 4 in CNA.
Okay.
We have 9 students in IT taking their assessment this week and next week, and then we have another 12 in CNA taking them on May 9th.
Okay. And so when those students pass those tests, just send us a quick update and say, hey, we went from 1 to 20 or whatever the case may be. 1
Correct.
to 10.
Correct.
So just send us that. Any job training happening?
We had our CNA students have gone through I'll call it an internship site, which was unpaid. And then we currently have, I want to say it's 4 students in employment right now from CNA.
Okay, hold on. So how many students? So job training, intern. So if you could just send us the employer.
Sure.
And then
sure.
I'm going to put no wage. And then the IT students didn't do an internship?
Correct.
Okay, are they going to do one?
We're still trying to find one for them for the summer.
Okay.
We have some MOUs out there, and I know that's in process.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Anything else?
No, not really. No.
And then I sent you guys an email regarding the modification scope of work.
I got it. I appreciate
Awesome.
that.
So
Thank you very much for helping us out with that.
No, you're good to go. Did you guys look at it and approve it? Let me look at my list. Hold on. Your name is
I just saw it, so I haven't. Yeah, I mean, I just saw it before it came on the call because I logged in, and I'm like, I saw it, but that's about as far as I got.
Okay, good. All right. Anything else?
No, not at all. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem. City of Peoria. Let me find you on my list. All right, next group is Phalanx.
Yes, this is Natasha.
Hey, Natasha.
Hi. So out of our first cohort, 12 of our participants did receive some sort of certification. Out of the 12, 5 completed every certification, and then another 5 completed all but one. And then only 2 of our participants missed more than 3 certifications. Currently, we have 4 youth that we know that are employed. Most of them are working in construction, and another did find employment while he was entering into his last certification, and that's why he didn't finish his last certification. Currently, we are recruiting for our second cohort, in which we are aiming to get another 10 or 12 applicants through, in which we'll be providing a training and certification in HVAC, and also, I believe, in forklifting too as well. Currently, right now, with our first cohort, the youth that are not working, we're doing our best to motivate them to go to job fairs and sit with us for additional job readiness training and with just employment. I did have a question I think that some people asked too. So one of our youth, he finished our program. He only missed 1 certification, and now he's in barber school. Does that help us in any way as far as the outcome that he went for another certification, another field?
Was he, so your program, he's one of your 12 that you're counting as successful?
Yes.
Okay. And so he got, let me see, so he did like the OSHA, well, not the OSHA, that's not one.
He did everything but our last training, which was the weatherization certification.
Okay, so he did the so he did forklifting.
He did forklifting, NCCR.
He's counted in your numbers because he has a credential.
Yeah, yeah. And all of them received a credential. All of them received more than 1 credential in our program. So
you guys aren't counting the OSHA 10 as a credential, right?
Yeah, we're counting the OSHA 10, the NCCR, the EPA, the forklifting, and the BPI weatherization.
Okay, but they have, so if I have OSHA 10, they have something else, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Ooh,
yeah.
You gave
if
me
they
hard,
have OSHA 10, then they definitely have NCCR.
Okay, perfect. I was like, oh, my God. Okay, so, yeah, you have 12, and then you guys are contracted for 25. So you're going to do that one more? Go ahead.
So the scope of work says that 13 will gain a certification, and we will recruit 25, and out of that 25, 13 will complete.
Let me pull it up. I have it right here. Give me 1 second. So you guys will recruit and enroll 25 students.
And it's under training outcomes and performance on the scope of work.
It says recruit. Do you see the recruit core 60, enroll 25?
And then out of that 25, our chart says 15. That's the chart.
That will complete it. Right, right. And
so we will more than likely have 25 enrolled by the end of our program for sure.
Okay.
Hopefully we get more to be successful, but in our scope of work, the chart says 15. There must be an error in the paragraph because the paragraph says 13, but the chart
says 15. If your paragraph is wrong, so then you guys have to do a scope of work change because what's going to happen is you guys are going to, and that's for anybody. Everybody should have a copy of their scope of work that I sent out. If I didn't, send me an email and say, hey, never got it. But you guys, the scope of work is kind of what you're measured on. And so that has to be in alignment. So if there's any discrepancies in there, if it's numbers, if it's language, we have to do a modification so that that language is updated.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and send that to us.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to talk to Laura, because I sent them an email this morning with the
absolutely.
scope of work. So go ahead and talk to them, because I sent them the one that has the updated follow-up language in there.
Yeah.
And so if we need to add anything, now's the time to get it done.
Okay, cool.
All right. And then I'm trying to see, I don't see forklifting in your credentials on here, so you guys need to add that too.
Okay. I think that it's in here somewhere. I'll highlight it because I'm sure that it's in here somewhere.
Okay, and just put track
I'll
changes. So
highlight
whatever
it.
you do, just
Yeah.
track the changes.
Okay.
But like I said, long as you guys, any organization you can stand on, we did everything by our scope of work, you're good to go.
Mhm. Okay, cool.
So just make sure that your numbers, so the recruitment of 60 people, you're going to enroll 25, 20 will get training, and then 15 will complete all that. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions? The City of Peoria, hop on the phone. Okay. All right, everybody. If you guys want to send us those emails with that updated information, that'll be great so we can get this going. If there's any other questions or anything, I'm at my desk right now. Give me a call, shoot me an email. Let us know if you need help with anything. That is why we're here. If you don't have any other questions, thank you guys. Sorry we are 8 minutes over, but you can have your day back. Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.